Hey guys, Total Drama Zoe here. Welcome back to my video. Today we are doing what if Ezekiel never said the sexist comment in Total Drama Island. So, yeah, we're gonna do that right now. So, first, that would mean if Ezekiel never said the sexist comment, that would mean Courtney is on the chopping block, which sucks because she's my favorite character of the season, so I hate having her first boot. So that probably will still happen though, unfortunately. I do feel like Courtney also is a strategist though. That's what people always miss when they do this, is that Courtney is a strategist. She knows that Duncan is pushing for her and he's easily getting DJ, Tyler, Harold, and Jeff to do the same at the very least, and probably Ezekiel. Courtney though is a strategist, so she can probably sway. Harold and Tyler she'll probably try to sway. I don't feel like she can sway Harold that much. I don't know. I feel like Harold would still vote her. Tyler, she might be able to convince not to vote for her though. Katie and Sadie, yeah, she was nice to them, so I feel like she could convince Katie and Sadie because she was nice to them in the first episode to not vote for them. Bridget she could probably convince to not vote her. I don't know. Courtney would probably be able to talk to Bridget into it. They had a little friendship going on later on, so if she got that to happen here, I feel like Courtney could easily convince Bridget to not vote her. So that would mean these 5 at the very least would be voting Courtney. These 5 would be voting DJ. And that would just leave Eva as a swing vote. Now, do I think Eva would vote for Courtney or DJ? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Eva's not just gonna vote with the girls just because. I feel like Eva, I don't know who she would vote, honestly. I don't know. I still feel like Eva would vote Courtney. If I'm straight up honest. I still feel like Eva would vote Courtney. Now, you could say she'd vote DJ because DJ's a scaredy cat. However, Courtney was the one that she would probably see Courtney as a slacker because Courtney literally was not scared to jump. She was like, I'm calculating. I don't think the other team's going to jump. And Eva probably sees that as a really dumb move. And I guess you could get behind DJ being scared a bit more. So I still feel like she votes Courtney, and that means 6 people vote Courtney, 5 vote DJ, and unfortunately that means Courtney is still out. Next episode, the big sleep. I still feel like Gwen's team has got this win. I feel like Gwen carries. Duncan would probably still be the last one, and he did well. I don't see Ezekiel doing very well in this, so I don't think he's going to help with him being here instead of Courtney. I don't remember if Courtney did well in this challenge. It's been a long time since I watched Island. But I do think, I have doubts that Ezekiel will do any better. He'd probably do a lot worse. He'd probably be more of a hindrance. In which I do still think Heather plants the whole thing on Eva with the whole MP3 player thing. And I do still feel like, even though, you gotta think about, Courtney was the one I remember gunning for Eva. Courtney was gunning for Eva to get voted out hard. She regretted it later. But she really did want Eva to get out. She was like, Eva needs to learn to be better and stuff, and so she has to go. But I still feel like, even if Courtney's not here, I still feel like most of these people would vote for Eva. And Eva's not really a strategist like Courtney, so I don't see her being able to get people to vote for someone else. Like, I feel like she votes for Harold because she sees him as weak, or Harold or Ezekiel probably, so it's one of these two. But I still feel like Eva's gone. Okay, Dodge Brawl. So in this episode, Noah is originally voted out and Killer Bass win their first challenge. But here's the thing. They only won because Courtney was here to wake Duncan up. That's the thing. And if Courtney's not here, she can't wake Duncan up. And I don't see Ezekiel playing very well in Dodge Brawl. So I do feel like Duncan cost a defeat for their team in this episode, meaning that by sleeping, I feel like most of this team just votes Duncan, despite these two quite liking Duncan. I still feel like most of them realize Duncan just caused the defeat and are angry, so they vote Duncan. So Duncan gets 20th place. The talent show. Okay, in this episode, Heather reads the diary, and Justin ends up winning. Justin ends up getting voted out because of Heather's thing. I don't feel like this team wins. I don't remember, again, if Courtney did well in this challenge, but I think she did quite well in the talent show challenge for the most part. Like, I feel like, and also, like, I feel like she did fine, but, like, I don't know. I think she didn't even compete, but I still do feel like if Ezekiel was chosen to compete instead, the whole thing with the Bridget accidentally breaking Courtney's ukulele or whatever wouldn't happen. Ezekiel would do and Harold wouldn't be able to go up, and I feel like Ezekiel would do very bad, costing the challenge. But I do feel like they'd vote for Bridget instead, just because Bridget was vomiting all over everyone, and I don't see how I think all of them were probably disgusted by that, and despite Jeff being like, no, don't vote Bridget, no one listens to him, and they vote Bridget, making her get 19th place. So 18th place. So this episode was the hide and be sneaky, or like, no, that wasn't it. This was the Sucky Outdoors, and in this episode, Katie and Sadie cost the defeat, and Katie got voted out. I don't feel like that changes here. I feel like they still cost the defeat, and they're still bottom 2. Do I think they still vote for Katie instead of Sadie? Yes. Because I feel like out of the ones eliminated, Courtney is the only one that would have voted differently out of the ones that could have been here. I feel like Courtney probably would have voted for Katie because she was the smart player and she knows Katie's more useful than Sadie. However, I feel like the rest of them would be kind of dumb and vote Katie because she's meaner than Sadie. Because Katie was a bit meaner than Sadie, so I feel like these ones left wouldn't like that and they'd vote Katie instead of Sadie. I feel like it's a more definite thing than anything. So, Katie is gone. So that means these characters can move up to... Screaming Gophers move up to the next tier of being in, and so did the remaining Killer Bath. So Killer Bath is getting owned at this point without Courtney. I guess this shows that Courtney was a really useful contender, believe it or not. This is Phobia Factor, where Tyler did that bullshit and he couldn't do the challenge. And he did the challenge, but he stayed anyways. That was like, that bullshit happened. I still feel like they lose, because here's the thing. Courtney may have lost the challenge really badly, but she was also the one that was motivating people, like Duncan, who's not here, so it doesn't matter, and he motivated DJ to do the challenge. And without her here, I feel like DJ fails. Tyler probably gets that bullshit and still fails. I feel like the rest of these ones would succeed, but that wouldn't matter because of how much more Killer Bat Screaming Gophers have right now. If any Killer Bats failed, they're screwed. So it's kind of unfair, but I feel like Killer Bats lose here. Do I think they vote DJ or Tyler? I feel like Tyler has less allies than DJ. So unfortunate, but I feel like that bullshit still happens, and Tyler is still gone. So now we have 16 people left. This is the episode where, this episode doesn't even matter who wins or loses with whoever's here, because Izzy gets chased off by the RCP or whatever they're called, so whatever the fuck they're called, so like Izzy is still gone no matter what happens, so that means Izzy's gone. Next challenge. I think this was Paintball Deer Hunter, wasn't it? This is the one where Cody got mauled and he got voted out. Do I still think that happens? I honestly think so. Like, I honestly still think that happens because I feel like this team was chaotic and all of them were shooting Heather. So I feel like this team, Killer Bass, would finally get their first win because of this, and they'd all vote Cody because he got mauled. Which is stupid, but that's kind of rude, but yeah, they still vote him out. Yeah. So, final 14. This is the cooking challenge. DJ's a really good cook. So, I feel like DJ is able, and Jeff is probably decent, are able to carry this team to victory. These three might not be as useful, but I still feel like with DJ and somewhat Jeff would be able to do it pretty well, so they still win. And I feel like, yeah, Screaming Gophers still vote Beth for messing up for the whole bringing the unlucky thing back from Boney Island a few episodes ago when Izzy got voted out. So, yeah. So now it's the Face Your Fears challenge. In this episode, I'm going to assign pairs real quick. So DJ, and since Duncan's not here, DJ would be with Jeff. Katie and Ezekiel and Harold would be with just someone randomly. Now, do I think I feel like Screaming Gophers are better at these face your fears, or like, no, like, partner, like, this is who can you trust, I should say, I mean, who can you trust, like, challenges. Though they have, like, beef with each other, I still feel like Screaming Gophers can win. I don't feel like... Now, here's the thing, in this episode, I feel like they voted Sadie because Courtney was gunning for her, but DJ also caused the defeat by taking his like, blindfold off. He cost the team the defeat, if I remember correctly. So I feel like Ezekiel's not going to have be much as willing to push for Sadie with a huge effort. I feel like Ezekiel is kind of lazy for that, so he's not going to push for Sadie. I feel like, even though she cost it gets down to DJ and Sadie, bottom two, for this, and I feel like they actually end up voting DJ because of him taking his thing off, like his, I'm forgetting words. Sorry. He takes off his blindfold, and that probably caused him a defeat, so DJ is gone. Oh, wait, he's up here, 13. So these people, so Killer Bass and Screaming Gophers, move up. So, number 12, this is where the whole vote rigging thing happens. Here's the thing. Courtney's not here. Neither Courtney or Duncan are here for this to happen. So I feel like this just doesn't happen. And these three, I feel like, vote off Harold still. I don't know, but I feel like they don't keep Harold any longer because Jeff probably pushes for Harold because he didn't like Harold that much from what I remember. So I think Harold is gone and gets 12th place like he was supposed to if he didn't rig out Courtney. 11th. Now for 11th place. One challenge before the merge. Killer Bass without Courtney getting completely owned. Now, this is the episode where Harold saw Heather's boobs, and that caused the defeat and got him voted out. However, Harold is not here for that to happen anymore, as you can see. I feel like, though, with so little on Killer Bass and no team swap, because that didn't happen, I don't know if Chris would have done that here or not, so I can't do that because I don't know what Chris would have done. So I still feel like they lose, and I don't know, does Jeff like Sadie or Ezekiel more? I feel like Jeff likes Sadie more because Jeff is described as a nice person by Gwen, and Sadie's nice, and Ezekiel probably still has his issues that make Jeff want to vote him over Sadie. So, dang, Ezekiel, you got way more screen than last time, much to my dismay, but I feel like you're still out. So that means everybody else is going to the merge. So this is now the merge, everyone. Now, I've got to bring 2 people back. So, there's a lot less girls than guys, so I'm just going to bring the same 2 people back because I feel like evening it out would be cool. Alright. Here we go. So that means Izzy and Eva are back. Now, which with the new people being here instead of some of the merge people, I don't feel like changes anything. And I feel like Eva still scares everyone and gets voted off. So yeah. 11th place with Trent, I don't feel like that changes either. So I feel like Trent is still gone. Okay, so Trent has been eliminated. We are now down to the final 10. As you can see, this final 10 is somewhat different. So in this episode, the Guys Alliance in the final 10, Bridget gets 10th because of the Guys Alliance voting Bridget off. Here's the thing. Bridget isn't here to be voted off, and Duncan isn't here to create the Guys Alliance. So, that puts us in a little bit of a curveball. Who we get eliminated here? I feel like Heather would be like, hey, Jeff's likable. And do the whole, Jeff's likable and probably a jury vote here, since everyone likes Jeff for the most part. And that would mean Heather would blindside Jeff and get everyone here, most people that would, to vote off Jeff, and they'd be like, and Lashana would probably be like something like, Heather, despite hating your guts, I acknowledge that you're right. We can't have Jeff here when there is a jury vote. So Jeff would get 10th instead of his girlfriend Bridget, who's been out for a long time. Alright. That means this episode is the bike challenge, the absolute bullshit way Lindsay got out, but we did get a good moment of cursing out Heather. Do I still feel like that would happen? As much as I love the cursing out Heather moment, I do feel like Sadie would be a better target. Heather would see Sadie as an easier target for this to happen to, with Sadie still being here. So I feel like what happened to Lindsay with the bike race would happen to Sadie instead, and Chris would just eliminate Sadie because, yeah, Sadie, you've been here too long. You're useless without Katie. Why are you still here? And goodbye, Sadie. And dang, GG Sadie, you made it a lot farther than your BFFL over here this time. Goddamn. Alright. And so, now we're in the final 8, and this is the scare challenge. Out of these 7 or 8, either Owen or Lindsay's getting the most scared. Who do I think would be more scared between the two? I do feel like Lindsay would be a lot more scared. I don't know. Just personally, I feel like Lindsay would be a lot more scared. So Lindsay is gone here. This challenge, I don't feel like anything changes. Izzy is still gonzo here. Okay. Final 6. Now, since I already did that to Jeff, with the Jeff getting out to people like him, I feel like Justin gets voted out by the other guys, and they can probably sway Gwen or Lashana to do it, or they can probably sway Heather to do it, because Heather's like anyone but me, and Noah gets Owen to vote Justin, because Noah's still here. Noah gets Heather because Heather is just like anyone but me, and they vote Justin out for being too attractive for the girls. Now we are at the final 5 challenge, where Lashana gets voted out for that final 5 loser vote, where Lashana gets voted out for that bullshit reason. Do I feel like anything here changes anything? Absolutely not. I don't feel like anything here changes, if I'm completely honest. So I feel like Lashana's still gone. Unfortunately, we should do away where this doesn't happen sometime, but oh well. Final 4. Very interesting final 4. Here's the thing with this final 4. Owen and Noah can work very well together in this challenge. That's the thing. They know each other, and they're really good friends, at least in World Tour. So I feel like these two would be able to work really well in this challenge. And I don't feel like Heather would be able to blindside Noah and trick Noah as easily as she was able to trick Duncan. So do I feel like Heather and Gwen, despite Heather and Gwen's both being decent at challenges, I feel like they would lose to Owen and Noah. And I feel like if Gwen versus Heather, who's Chef voting? Chef is eliminating Heather 100%, which I know is shocking. She only gets 4th this time. But as you can see, the hosts are always like, in this season, the hosts are a lot more tame, and they're always like, Heather, that's messed up with everything she does. The hosts are like shocked and appalled by some of Heather's actions themselves, so I feel like they're voting Heather here. Final 3 challenge. This is the Dare challenge. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Who do I think would lose the challenge first? I honestly feel like Owen would probably keep passing the dares to Gwen to protect Noah, but I do feel like Noah, I don't feel like is going to be very good at this challenge. So I honestly think that Noah would lose here, and I know that's sad for all the Noah fans who are like, oh my god, Noah's going to win. Nope, Noah's not going to win. Rest in peace, Noah. And that means the final 2 happen the same. If I were writing the show, Gwen would be the official winner instead of Owen, but I digress. That can't happen here because of the fact that cannot happen here because that would not change just because Ezekiel did not say a sexist comment. So, yeah, that's what if Ezekiel never said the sexist comment in Total Drama Island episode 2. I know, it didn't change as much near the end, but it definitely changed with, like, characters like Noah and Justin getting really far because of this. And that was crazy. yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave some people in the comments who did similar ideas. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!